Hello friends and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a farmhouse wreath and these are the supplies I'm using. Okay friends, I'm going to start with my frame, my wreath frame. I purchased this from the Dollar Tree. I'm going to get the tag off and I'm going to put pipe cleaners on this. This way I have a way of attaching the burlap. So I want 2 pipe cleaners in each section. There are 6 sections. I'm going to need 12 pipe cleaners. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap them around the 2 middle bars on the middle of that wreath frame. So here I'm just taking it in the 2 middle rings there, twist tying it off, and I'll show you here. The reason why I do the pipe cleaner around 2, this way it doesn't move. If you do it around 1, it's likely gonna just slide around. If you do it on 2, for whatever reason, it just stays. So here I'm doing 2 in each section and I kind of flatten them out. And then once I add the burlap, I actually do go back in because you could see the wreath frame in the middle of the wreath. So that's when I knew I needed to add more burlap. Okay, I had pre-cut some 9 by 13 squares of burlap and now I'm just going to ruffle it down the middle and place them in my pipe cleaners. I just put it in and give it a couple of twists. And I'm going to do that with every single pipe cleaner. So you just take your fingers and walk it down the middle until you get to the other side. This wreath is very simple to make and very neutral. So here I just lay it flat, find the middle, and I take my thumb and my pointer finger and just go down the middle and ruffle it up. I'm just going to place it into the pipe cleaner. Okay, I'm just going to keep going until I make my way all the way around the wreath. Just walking your fingers right down the middle, making a ruffle and adding it to the pipe cleaner. Now for this one, I only put 1 pipe cleaner in each section. That's all it really needed. And again, I am wrapping the pipe cleaner around 2 bars. And this is what I have so far. Nice and full. I had pre-cut my ribbon tails and dovetailed them, so I have 2 different kinds, 2 different sizes and 2 different kinds. So I am sticking more with the black and white and the check. So I just get my piles together, and what I'm going to do is go around the outside of the wreath frame, and I'm going to add 1 of each ribbon into the pipe cleaner, and then I kind of fluff them out. So I'm kind of doing the same thing I did with the burlap. I'm just walking my fingers down the middle, finding a pipe cleaner, laying it in there, twist tying it off, and fluffing up the ribbon tails. I love the black and white, and I also love Farmhouse. Comment down below if you like it as well. So here I just stack one on top of the other. The smaller one obviously is going to be on top of the bigger one. Run my fingers down the middle, find a pipe cleaner, and I'm going to place the ribbons into the pipe cleaner, twist tie that off, and then fluff up my ribbon tails. You can do this as you go, or you could wait till the end and get all the ribbon tails in and then fluff them up. I just choose to do it as I go. And once I have all the ribbons in, I'm going to go back through and I'm going to cut off the extra pipe cleaners. What I do is I just kind of twist tie them and cut them off, and then I kind of tuck them back into the wreath. So I'm just going to keep going. I'm going to make my way all the way around the wreath until all my ribbons are in the pipe cleaners. Okay, now it's time to work on my sign. This is a heavy duty sign, so I'm gonna pull out my staple gun for this. And I'm just gonna staple a couple of pipe cleaners on each side of the sign. But first I took off the twine where the hanger was on that sign. I purchased this from Dollar General. Oh, I wanted to show you how proud I was of this clearance item. Both ribbons were on clearance at Hobby Lobby, so I scored. Here, I wanted to show you how thick the sign is. You're not working with a Dollar Tree sign. This is Dollar General. It's a good sign. So here I'm going to go in with my staple gun, and I'm just laying 2 pipe cleaners down, and I'm just going to go over that pipe cleaner and staple it down. And it doesn't go through the sign. You don't have to worry about that at all. It's nice and thick. So I'm going to do this to the other side. Then I'm going to add extra glue for extra security, and I'm going to put it off to the side and let that dry. I just want to make sure this sign isn't going to go anywhere. Okay, now it's time to work on my bow. I'm going to use the leftover ribbon that I had from making the tails for the wreath. I'm going to dovetail the one end, and I'm going to make this a 2-loop bow, but I'm also going to use the other ribbon behind it. So what I'm doing here is I'm pinching it. I made a tail, I'm pinching it down. I'm going to make a loop, bring it around, pinch it in the middle, twist it. I'm going to make another loop on the other side, and then I'm going to have 2 tails, 2 loops, and I'm going to place this in my easy bow maker just to hold it together. You could use a chip clip. You could use anything you want. I chose to just use my easy bow maker. It was right there. So I'm going to put this down into the 2 dowels just to hold it in place. I'm going to put that off to the side and work on the rest of the bow. So I'm doing 2 ribbons here, and I do like to do hand-tied bows. So here I'm just going to dovetail the first end. Now I'm going to work on the second part of my bow. I measure off the first loop, and it is 5 inches. So I'm going to make the 5-inch loop, pinch it down in the middle. Then I'm going to twist it, make another loop, bring it back around, twist it in the middle until I've run out of ribbon. I ended up making 4 loops at 5 inches, and then I had 2 tails. Now it's time to stack the ribbon on top of the first bow that I made. So now here I'm just putting it down at the easy bow maker. I'm also going to use a zip tie to secure this. So what I'm going to do is take the zip tie, I'm going to put it on one side of the bow. I'm just going to get the zip tie started. I'm not going to crank it all the way down. I just want to gather the ribbon up into the zip tie. So I'm going to get it started, not crank it all the way down, and I'm going to use this to pull it out of the easy bow maker. And before I zip tie it all the way down, I'm going to add a pipe cleaner. This way I have a way of attaching it to the wreath. Now I'm fluffing the bow. This is also called breaking the bow. I just want to make sure my tails and my loops are exactly the way that I want them. Now I'm going to get the easy bow maker out of my way, work on my bow a little bit more. I will fuss with a bow longer than necessary. It is ridiculous. Now I'm going to dovetail the ends of the tails. You just fold it on top of itself and cut it aslant. It's that extra detail. I did end up making 5 loops, not 4, of the second ribbon. Okay, friends, this is my bow. Okay, now I'm going to attach my sign. So basically, I'm going to take the pipe cleaners that I have and feed them down through the wreath and attach them to the wire frame. I just kind of feel my way through it. You don't want to make it too tight to the frame. You kind of want it a little bit loose. You don't want to smash the ribbons and the burlap. So here I'm just kind of fussing with it. I just want to make sure it goes through the ribbons and the burlap and make its way to the wire wreath frame so that I can twist tie it off. Once I twist tie it off in the back, I do come in with my clippers and trim off the excess, and then I'm going to tuck it back down into the wreath. You could cover the back of it, but I think it looks pretty clean, so I'm just going to leave it. There it is. This is what I have so far. Now I'm going to add the bow. So I'm going to use the pipe cleaners and basically feed it down through the ribbons and the burlap until I make my way to the wreath base and twist tie that off. I do the same thing. I just kind of twist tie it off, trim it up, and then tuck the rest of the pipe cleaner back into the wreath. And that's it, folks. You have a farmhouse wreath. This was very easy, very simple to do. Anyone can do this. This is my completed project. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.